I'm going to open this Works Committee meeting for January 10th, 2024. Are there, first we'll do a roll call. I always forget that part. Okay, so we've got quorum here, which is fantastic. All right, let's start. Oh, any disclosures of interest? Seeing and hearing none. Let's run down to 3.1. This is the Works Committee meeting from December the 6th. Can I get a mover and seconder for the minutes? Okay, moved by Councillor Mulcahy, seconded by Councillor Crawford. Questions, comments? All in favor? That's carried. And then let's go with 3.2 as well. Same mover, same seconder. Okay. Okay. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. We're down to delegates. We've got an Uxbridge resident, David Ward, and he's going to be talking about traffic surveillance, speed cameras, and concerns with information collected. David, yeah, come on up. So there's a button. Oh, your mic's already on. It's a higher tech. You're 3.
There we go.
Yep.
Perfect.
You're good.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Mayor, nice
Yep.
to see you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Now, David, sorry, just to interrupt. You've got 5 minutes.
I know that.
Okay. Just
So I got to get going. There's a clock ticking. Good morning, committee members. Thank you for allowing me this time to follow up on my October 23rd presentation to the Uxbridge Town Council, for providing answers the Uxbridge Council members couldn't, and for acknowledging the additional concerns I bring to you today. As mentioned in the documents I sent earlier, with respect to surveillance cameras, speed cameras in particular, the residents of Durham require answers to the following questions. What information is being collected? What third-party members have access to this information? Is the information being monetized? Is AI facial recognition or any AI being employed? Are license plates being recorded by traffic surveillance cameras? Is other information such as emissions being collected through smart streetlights and other technologies? Also, as mentioned, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, Francois Philippe Champagne, announced just 4 months ago a voluntary code of conduct on the responsible development and management of advanced generative AI systems. It falls to the region and local municipalities, therefore, where this technology is appearing on the ground, to introduce a local digital charter based on the one Dr. Leslyn Lewis first proposed to protect our privacy. First, we would like to know what stance the region has with respect to the data gathered as a result of smart city and intelligent community projects, and what code of ethics any third parties the region may have contracted with presented to you. There is no informed consent from the residents of the region when it comes to this kind of information gathering, particularly since AI is capable of facial recognition. So there should be no more gathering of information of this nature and no further sharing of data with third parties until an agreement is reached with the people of the region. No government has the right to monitor the movements of residents within their communities, and no one has the right to profit from this information, particularly when our tax dollars are being used to pay for the data collecting infrastructure, which brings me back to the original questions. You will all be familiar with the term surveillance capitalism, and more famously the Fourth Industrial Revolution, the World Economic Forum's 2016 publication penned by Klaus Schwab. If you are not familiar with this material, it is required reading. Many of your jobs, too, can be made obsolete by the implementation of AI. Page 151, AI and white-collar jobs. So we hope you will be inclined to take this issue as seriously as we do. This will entail further discussions, of course, and I would suggest, until we have a charter to protect all of our rights, a moratorium on the use of AI and surveillance undertaken in partnership with third parties, especially corporate stakeholders profiting from supplying the surveillance material or technology, or from the data that they are extracting. This brings me to the question, who profits from the fines issued by the speed cameras, and what profit-sharing arrangements, if any, have been made? Although the intelligent community outline paints a rosy picture of Durham as a high-tech innovation center, how much high-tech revenue has been extracted here in comparison to the cost of tech infrastructure and services purchased elsewhere? It seems in the case of City Rover, Redflex, and Vera Mobility, for instance, that deals are done behind closed doors with residents tax dollars are appropriated for services they would likely not approve of. Instead, we see sales pitches like the opinion piece after the fact, such as how the region is using AI to make your drive smoother. In my last presentation, I was labeled a conspiracy theory for talking about such things, but I will refer you again to Dr. Leslyn Lewis and her recent presentation called The Truth About Smart Cities. Citizens are concerned not only with what they're being told, with what they're not being told, but the costs for the installation of this technology. Rather than being good for business in Durham, it seems corporate stakeholders in other regions and countries are profiting handsomely at our expense. I will take my last minute before your questions to talk about the increased concerns over electromagnetic frequency and radio frequency pollution in the high-density smart city districts that are now being constructed. The recent Ramazzini study, as you'll see in your documents provided, is important because it confirms the results of the original National Toxicology Program study, also a link in your package. This shows clearly that radio frequency does present a serious health concern. In light of this new evidence, our elected representatives must demonstrate to the residents of Durham that they do actually have our best interests at heart by halting further implementation of connected infrastructure, 5G, smart streetlights, and smart streetlights most notably, until the WHO, FCC, and Health Canada revised their inadequate safety standards. Recently, you may have been aware, there have been questions about the fact that elected representatives no longer swear an oath to the people who elect them. Instead, sometime after the United Nations 1994 municipal primer was circulated, a declaration of office now appears to commit our public trustees to represent the interests of...
Mr. Ward,
Yes?
sorry, you're out of time.
Okay,
Do you need?
one line, two lines.
Perfect.
That's it. Lost my place now. To represent the interests of the corporation of the town, township, or region, and by default, the corporate stakeholders the region is contracting with. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you very much, David. Appreciate it. I'm going to open it up to any questions. Okay. I don't see any hands, electronic or otherwise, with any questions. I have a question. So the questions are from committee members? That's how it works. And at the region, there aren't public questions even at the end of the meeting. So that's how it works. The difference between Uxbridge and the region.
Understood, but my questions have been posed, and I look forward to answers in the future. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, committee.
And actually, before you step away, David, what I would like, I'd love to see a motion come from this committee asking to provide Mr. Ward with the details on our ASC system, and because we've received a few different reports on that, so just to provide those reports to Mr. Ward. Okay, moved by Councillor Crawford, seconded by Councillor Mulcahy. Questions or comments on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? Okay, and that carried, I think, unanimously, but there's hands virtually and otherwise, but, okay?
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. Okay, folks, we are on to, just a second. We are on to our works section, and it's 8.2A. This is report number 2024 W1. What would we like to do with this one, folks? Move it? Can I get a second there? Councillor Mulcahy? Questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, and next we are at item B. This is report number 2024 W2. This is the sole source purchase of a system integrator services from Talon. This is in regards to our maintenance system for works. I did speak to Christy Honey, who's my CAO, who set up the original system at the region. She said this is the right move to make. I also talked to our staff as well. So Okay, moved by the vice chair, seconded by Councillor Mulcahy. Oh, actually, we'll put Councillor Cook instead. Thanks for the hand there. Okay, any questions or comments on that, folks? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. All right, and then, is there any other business? Okay, seeing none, our next meeting is February the 7th, 2024 at 9:30. Motion to adjourn, seconded by Rhonda, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thanks, folks.